This time I'd like to talk to you about karma. A lot of people on the surface, they understand karma, but a lot of people think still that it's a punishment or a form of punishment because when someone does something unfavorable or bad, they say karma, karma's a bitch. You're going to experience karma. But karma's not a punishment system. I mean, if you were to look at it technically as a punishment system, it would be a self punishment system because karma is self induced. It's like this: if you run through a hospital and you neglect to obey the sign that says floor wet and caution, and you slip and fall, that's how karma works. You ignored the sign, you made the wrong choice, and now you paid for it by maybe, twisting your ankle or something, or getting a concussion if you hit your head on the floor. So that's how karma works. And I want to clear that up because a lot of people, and now especially nowadays, because a lot of people are turning back to things like Buddhism and spirituality because, they've been let down by other religions and faith because that's what it is. It's faith, right? It's not a lot of things that are factual, but it's blind faith. That's why they call it blind faith. Now, I'm not here to judge or tell people that they don't have to, they shouldn't believe what they want to believe. That's fine. You can believe what you want. I'm just explaining how karma works because people that have fell from the religions have now picked up a lot of Eastern philosophies. Yoga's been has come back, spirituality in general has come back, and Buddhism. And so I just wanted to clear up on karma, and so that's how it works. It's not a punishment because a god didn't punish you, a deity didn't punish you. Um, you just have good or bad karma, and that's the upside about it. You can have good karma too. So if you do something nice, do something good, you can have good karma, which a lot of people today say is good luck. But it's not luck. I mean, it's considered luck, but it's karma. And then the bad karma, once it's paid, it's paid. And the other thing is too, like in Buddhism, there is no heaven or hell. There's heaven or hell on earth, and when there's hell on earth, born into poverty or or something like that, and you have a hard life, then you are experiencing bad karma from probably a past life, or maybe a couple of lives ago. See, the thing is, you have to be diligent all the time because with karma, the karmic seed can bloom at any time. You don't know when it's going to bloom, just like you don't know when the wind is coming, what direction it comes, and when it stops, right? It's the same with that. It can bloom at any time, and once it's paid, or they don't like to use the term in Buddhism paid back, but I guess relinquished. Once that's done, then your karma has been resolved, and so once it's resolved, that's it. And until you do something maybe dishonest again, and then have bad karma again. Now, the interesting thing about karma too is because it's life events. It can be a relationship, believe it or not. If you met somebody and they turned out to be bad or turned to be very confusing, and it just didn't work. Maybe they were a confusing person, or maybe they used you in some way. That can be karma too, because bad karma is anything that can happen that's unfortunate. So even a relationship or a series of bad relationships can be a learning experience, but it can also be karma. So if you had a bad few experiences, it can be that um, you had some bad karma um, that was stored up, and so you need to have it all resolved. So I hope that this can make us better in our choices of what we do in life, because if you do believe in karma, then you need to be diligent about that. And but you know, don't live your life thinking that I better do this or I better do that because of bad karma, because then that will create bad karma. Because now you're doing it dishonestly, right? You're doing it for the sake of having good karma, which is deviant. So just live your good life, live an honest life, live a good life, and always do the right thing with your conscience, right? Always listen to your conscience and do the right thing. That's all you really need to do. And hopefully your karma will lessen. And a lot of people don't look at it that way. And after I've been studying Buddhism for a couple of years, I've also come to the notion that I believe personally that everything is karma, even things um, that don't seem that they're caused necessarily by a person, or they could be an unfortunate thing like a tree falling on a house. But when you think about it, if you lived in a, so let's say, a part of the city that there was an old tree, a very old tree, very large tree, and you knew that, if you don't tell the city about that, make them aware that, when there's an ice storm, it could fall. And if it did fall, end up falling on your house at any time or in your car, that could be karma. Because there is something that you neglected to do, right? You did neglect to tell the city about that, about a tree being very close to maybe your driveway, and it was a very mature one. That those are the ones that usually start to come down when there's a big storm, right? Or the branches fall from it in a ice storm or tornado. So that can be karma too, because it is a part of something that you neglected to do. So then it was an action by you, right? The decision, bad decision, the poor decision, which caused a an outcome, an unfavorable outcome. Because, like I said, with the slipping on the floor example, that's karma. It's not a punishment. It's just something that you made either a poor choice or a poor decision, and then you live with the consequence. That's what that is. So, anyway, I hope this was informative. And if you have any questions, you can always put them into the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them.